Good morning, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I want to go on a bit of a rant this morning because yesterday I had posted a video talking about silver coins and silver coins turning up in the change. Now, I work a retail shop, and occasionally when you crack open a roll of coins, you'll find a silver one in there. Now, it's very rare, but it does happen, and even more rare is when a customer actually spends a silver coin with us. Now, that did happen one time with me, and it was about 12 years ago at an entirely different store, but the customer reached his hand into his pocket, pulled out his money, looked at that coin, said, "Wow, that's an old one," and slid it over and spent it with me. In no way was I ever morally obligated to teach that man about silver, about monetary policies, about the Federal Reserve, about anything that has to do with coin collecting. He wanted that coin for the face value. He recognized it as being old, did not care to learn any more about it, and chose to spend it at face value. Why in the world I would be accused of being a thief because of that is beyond me. When customers come in, I treat everybody with the respect that I would want to get. I hand cash back by counting it back to the customer. I have made mistakes before and caught myself when counting the money back. I'm very careful to make sure that transactions go very cleanly and smoothly and everything is the way that it needs to be. I mean, my job is not hard. I'm literally a relayer of information. That is it. I don't really I do physical labor. I go and load customers up with lumber and stuff like that, but my job is not doesn't take a mental genius to do. You just have to be nice to the customers. You mark up the product on a fair amount so that you can be competitive and still be profitable. That's it. It's not hard. So to be accused of being a thief somehow is just it's heartbreaking to me. It was very insulting and I didn't appreciate it one little bit. I come out here to make these videos for what? Do I ask you guys for anything? I'm just here to try and get the information out to learn myself. I've said it a million times. It's not about the videos, it's about the comments section. That's where we get the real knowledge from. I put out the question, I put out the information out there, but it's you guys down in the comment section that are really bringing the gold to this channel. And I appreciate that. That's why I do it. If it wasn't for that, then if I turned the comments off, then there would be no point to this channel. I would have to just end it. So please try to understand, that when that customer came in and he looked at that coin and recognized it for being old, he was older than me. He should know that that thing had silver in it. If he doesn't, then he doesn't care. My old man, my father is exactly the same way. You put a silver coin in his hand and he'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. Look at the date on that." And then he would spend it. He doesn't want it. I know a lot of you guys, probably will look at this video and go, "Man, nobody, thinks that of you," or whatever. But if that was some of the thoughts that people have had, I just want to let you know, man, that is not what happened. That is not who I am. I would starve before I would steal. And I think about really, if you have to question anybody's moral integrity, why don't you question the Federal Reserve? Why is it that me, a hardworking person who doesn't steal, doesn't cheat, doesn't, try and take from anybody out there, and yet here my opportunities seem to be drifting away because the Federal Reserve continues to buy mortgage-backed securities, keeping the interest rates low on mortgages, all this treasury and forbearances and foreclosure moratoriums and everything that's keeping everybody stuck in their houses who aren't paying. Where's the moral fiber in that? Here I want to do it. Those people aren't doing it. They get the house, I don't. Cool. I had a number of real estate brokers and agents and just people involved make contact with me after I'd done that video talking about how frustrated I was with the high price of homes, and how I put out that unrealistic idea of shorting the housing market by buying those ETFs. I could not believe how many people came in contact with me saying, dude, you have the wrong attitude about it. You have the wrong attitude towards real estate right now. You should be buying into it with, the position that you're in, being, out of debt, clean credit, have a savings built up. You should be getting involved in real estate. And I just get so mad about the whole idea, thinking, you realize how difficult it was to come back from being, so beaten down, from trying to buy that house, from losing everything I ever had. No savings, no nothing. I didn't have anything left. I didn't even have a car. I was walking to work. I had to move to town, rent a house that was closer to work, and I walked to work. I had nothing left. And people were like, man, you have a bad attitude towards houses. Yes, I do. Sorry about the rant this morning, but yeah, I do have a bad attitude towards real estate, especially when I see it as high as it is. So, and then when I read articles about, how they want to extend this whole, foreclosure and whatever thing, because they know this wave of evictions is going to be coming. Once people have grown accustomed to not making their house payment, they're not going to go back to it. I mean, some people will, but most people won't. They'll just grow accustomed to not making the payment, and then they'll have it'll be too much pain to try and start doing it again. I mean, like I said, some people will, but a lot of people are just not going to do it. And so without a functioning mortgage market, without a properly operating mortgage-backed security, market as well, then the whole monetary system begins to break down. So they have to keep that thing functioning. That's why all these people are being kept in their homes, because if they were starting to get evicted and the housing market started to crumble, the whole monetary system would start to collapse on itself. It is absolutely critical. They must keep it functioning. It's one of the reasons why I don't appreciate it. It's why people are like, man, you should really get into this. Look how fast it's going up. Yeah, it's because of these guys and their, mechanism of the way they're trying to keep this monetary policy going is they got to keep those housing markets, like in a functioning, happy, everything's cool kind of atmosphere. If they don't, everything comes undone. And so I don't like walking that kind of tightrope. A lot of these guys, they talked about how successful they are at it, and I have to wonder, is just can you walk away from your job? Can you walk away tomorrow and just go to the beach for the next week, not make any phone calls, not do anything like that? How quickly would your entire world begin to collapse if you were to do something like that? How much freedom do you have? I could walk away from everything and I would still be okay. I could start a new life somewhere and it would be very little effect on my life. All the things that I have built up, I have built in a way that allows me to walk freely through the world. And to think that I'm going to go and start signing my name to debts and obligations, and not into it. All right. Thanks for hanging out this morning. I'm going to go to work. Uneducated Economist. You guys let me know.